Let's go. You have questions, I will answer them. For those who don't know who I am Jerry. I just finished my Masters in Linguistics in NTU, and I'll be answering some questions my ex-students have given me. So if you're interested in grad school and want to know more about it, well, this video is just for you. Okay, so first question. What are some exciting things you want to do after grad? Okay, definitely traveling, right? But I think another thing I'm more excited about is going out into the working world, which actually terrifies the hell out of me. But I'm also quite excited to see what I'm going to do after this journey the past 2 years. So yeah. Okay, question 2. How did you balance schoolwork and being a TA at the same time and personal life? Well, I don't. Next question. Oi! I'm kidding. I mean, the short answer is I don't, right? The long answer is, how do I balance? Well, it's kind of like the triangle of things, right? Like, you either do really well in your teaching, or you do really well in your thesis, or you do really well in your personal life. You pick two, right? One of them will suffer. So at different points in my journey, one of them suffer more than the other two, and it's just something that we have to take care of and make sure none of them burns too short. In the end, it really boils down to time management, motivation and discipline to really get yourself to a place where you are happy in all 3 areas of your life, or of my life. Yeah, so question 3. Hello Jerry, thank you for doing this and for being the sweetest. Thank you too. Okay, the question is here. I'd love to hear your take on how postgrad life compares to undergrad life in terms of day-to-day scope and depth of what you study and the stresses. Undergrad has been stressful, is postgrad as rubs, so rabak, like crazy. Okay, so for this part of the question, I would say postgrad life is kind of a more intense version of undergrad life, because in undergrad you have 13 weeks per semester to finish everything, and every week you have a lecture or tutorial to keep you on track. But for postgrad, you either have 2 years or 4 years or 7 years, whether you do a master's or a PhD, to write that one thing, your dissertation. No one's really keeping you weekly in check. No one is assigning you any tasks to do. You have to do everything by yourself, and that is the toughest part, is to get up and know that today I'm going to write, I'm going to research, and I'm going to sleep, and next day I'm going to do that, and then next day I'm going to do that, and next day I'm going to do that. But it is really a test of learning more about yourself, how you manage your own time, how you manage your own energy. Now that you've done it yourself, would you recommend pursuing a master's to your juniors? I would say yes, if you want to find out whether academia is something you want to get into. And I would say no to a master's if you already know what you want to do. Just go for a PhD straight, and you just skip all the hassle, all the time, and you just become a doctor, right? However, if you are just like me, right, where the opportunity came and I want to figure out if I really want to do this, then sure, just try it out. It's just 2 years. You get to learn a lot more. You get to have new experiences. So just treat it like a work. And most importantly, we'll be coming back to teach us. I have applied for teaching assistant in NTU again. So while I might not be teaching you, the person who wrote this question, I might be teaching the new year ones that are incoming the next year. So it's a pity I don't get to see you guys again, but I still enjoyed teaching you guys, and I think I will enjoy teaching the rest of the year ones. Okay, question 4. I was curious about the process of figuring out your specialization and focus in your masters. Did you have to pick up any other random content that you didn't expect to study? And also maybe how you figured out the best place to pursue your masters, like why NTU again, lol, and whether you had an idea of your thesis in mind or not. Also, congrats on finishing your masters. Hope you're doing well. Okay, hope you're doing well too. Okay, the process of figuring out what to do is really you kind of throw things on the wall and see what sticks. and your supervisor will help you with that. I mean, at the start, when you begin your journey, you have to write a proposal for your enrollment. You have to pick your supervisor, and that alone will determine a lot your trajectory, what you will pick to study, what subfield it is, and your supervisor will help you figure out what is feasible, what is not feasible, so that you can choose the best research question and to write your research paper. And of course, I had to read a lot of new material like gender studies. I have to do a lot of R programming. I have to learn a lot about statistics. A lot of things I didn't really know as much when I was in undergrad. So yeah, definitely there will be a lot of different things that come your way that you didn't expect. And I didn't really have the big idea of what to do in my thesis at the start. It's only through experimentation that I arrived at something I thought I could do. Thanks for your question. Next, good Swiss food recs and top things to do in Europe so I don't regret when I come back to Singapore. Okay, let's have a walk. Okay, so firstly, a shameless self-plug, right? I actually backpacked Europe for 50 days when I was 21 years old, which is not very long ago, okay? I have it linked down below. There's a map and an itinerary that I made. So if you are interested and if you are visiting Europe, check it out. Next thing is Swiss food. Well, definitely try chocolates. I recommend Ragusa. Don't go for Lindt, don't go for Toblerone. You can find them in Singapore, so Ragusa is the best chocolate I've had so far. I don't think Swiss food really fits my palate. Of course, you can try rösti, popular Swiss food. But if you ever find yourself a holy cow joint, right, they have the best burgers I've ever had and the best fries I've ever had. So please try that. View break. Okay. So for what to do in Europe, I think the most important thing is just do anything that you cannot do in Singapore. Try things like hang gliding, paragliding. Those are stuff that I did because where's the best place to do it? Of course, a place like this, right? Go to the mountains, go to the lakes, go to the museums. There's so many things to do that you can't do in Singapore. Just do all of them. Experience the weather. It's great. Let's go to the tree. Like, just look at the fields out here. There's so much space. Like, seriously, there's so much space. Just enjoy. Just don't stay at home the whole time. Go out to small towns, join small events. It's going to be a blast. Okay? How did you go about applying and seeking out opportunities for master's, further studies in general? Do you need to have super good network with profs and other potential students already in postgrad? Also, maybe possible financial assistance scholarship programs if you know more about them too. Or more general support systems in place for postgrad students. Financial assistance, definitely. Profs and schools have grants, they have money, they want people to study in their schools. So how I got it is a professor whom I'm quite close with emailed me and said, "Hi Jerry, I remembered you wanted to do a master's in my previous class. Are you still keen?" And I was like, yes, I would do it only if I had the school fees paid for. And then she wrote back, "I have a scholarship, do you want to do it?" Then I just said yes. So yes, having a good network is important, but that doesn't mean that you can't do further studies if you don't have a good network. You can just apply it on a school's website, or if there is a particular researcher that you like, email them, tell them, "I enjoy your work in this, you know, I want to do research in this, are you accepting postgrad students?" Different schools have different procedures, but make sure that the prof that you want is available and wants a postgrad student. So yeah, something to just try. Doors are always open and you just have to knock. For more general support, I find my school's counselling quite useful, especially towards the end of my journey. So if you need help, just send an email. Congratulations, Jerry. Thanks for literally carrying half the cohort. Thank you too, I'm glad I helped. I'm in year 3 doing my first round of level 4 mods. I've always been interested in research and tech related work, but I'm not sure how I can go about this once I graduate. I didn't do any Eurekas, undergraduate research, and won't be able to because I'm going to exchange. Have fun! So I'm quite unsure if I want to pursue a master's or seek a full-time job in that direction. So the thing about this is, in life really it can go anywhere and anyhow that you don't even know. Like for me, I didn't know I'd be learning R or I'll be learning Python. I didn't know I'll be doing so much sociolinguistics, to be honest. You guys will know me as the more structure and phonetics guy. So it really goes a lot of different ways, and doors will open once you have a skill set. Do some projects you want if you like tech, you know, do some coding projects. Like for me, I have some scripts to help me out with my photography. So just try out, build up a portfolio. Even just having the skill itself is useful enough for a lot of things. So the most important thing is to just keep your mind open on like what you want to do, because you never know where you're gonna go. I hope that helps. This question is something that only you can answer for yourself, and I can only give you some perspectives. Yeah, so next question. I'm freezing. How are you doing? Not bad. How would you go around looking for some place to do masters in? Boop, boop. Mentioned earlier, email a prof that you like. Have good relationships with your current professor so that they might recommend you for something if you need any referrals. Don't be afraid to just try. Try everything. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? Get rejected. Fine. And on a related note on financial assistance, NTU has something called HIPS. NUS has something called OGS that sends students overseas to do their PhDs and coming back to teach. So that would be a good way for you to get financial assistance to study overseas. A good way to get a job after you finish your studies straight away. So do check them out if you are interested. Of course, you have to be accepted into whatever university you're applying for, like Yale or Oxford, or yeah, have fun. How was it being TA for classes? Do you enjoy teaching? I enjoyed learning from you very much in year 1 sem 1. Well, I'm very happy to have taught all of you. I think teaching, like what I've told all of you, it's the best part of this journey, right? I get to talk to people, I get to teach you guys. You go from not knowing anything and then to knowing something, and that makes me feel fulfilled. I like to make jokes, I like to give out candy, I like to I just love teaching, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. So last part of the question, would you be willing to come back to talk to LMS undergrads about your linguistics journey too? Yeah, of course I would. Like, talking to people is really one of the things that I enjoy most. Those who are with me in year 1 sem 2 in phonetics, you'll know all the stories that I tell you. Just between us. Of course, if there's an opportunity, I would love to come down and talk to people about my undergrad journey, my postgrad journey, and share just what I know. So if you want, you can tell some profs, oh, we want someone to come back to NTU to talk to us about whatever. You can just drop my name and tell them and pressure them, and maybe I will come back. I don't know. But I'm sure I'll see you guys someday, one way or another, so...
A few moments later.
Okay, sorry. The sun is setting. It has gotten quite dark. The video is a bit dark at the end, but I hope I answered all your questions. You know more about postgrad life in NTU or just about anywhere. I'm thinking of creating more linguistics content on YouTube, so if you like, drop a comment down below, give this video a like. I don't know what else you're gonna do. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!